Alright, so this is AirTags, or AirTag. And the easiest way to explain AirTag is simply by its competitors. It's essentially Apple's take on a tile tracker. And of course, because it's built in to the Apple ecosystem, you can find these things using the Find My app on your iPhone or any iOS device that you have available. Now the thing about Apple is when they come out with something very similar to competitors, they typically have some sort of advantage or some sort of unique way of doing something that's really simple but also really user-friendly. And in this case, it's because this comes with a U1 chip, and that allows Apple to track the precise location of the AirTag. And because iPhone 11 or iPhone 12 Pro here in this case come equipped with the U1 chip as well, they work really well together. So rather than just seeing the items on a map like you would if you were sharing your location with friends, you're actually able to take advantage of the U1 chip and do this turn-by-turn navigation. And of course, they've also thrown in a lot of really cool colors and haptic feedback as you're turning, and of course a lot of fun sounds and animations as well. But that all leads into a really fun experience and a really easy way to find any of your items that you've lost. And these things are really small, right? They don't come with a GPS tracker, but they do come with Bluetooth. And that's kind of how all of this turn-by-turn navigation works, is when you're close enough that this can connect through Bluetooth, then it's gonna allow you to do the turn-by-turn navigation. But what if you're not close enough to this device? What if it actually is lost and it's further away? Now that's one point where this gets really cool because it actually leverages the Find My network across other people's iPhones and iOS devices as well, meaning it's going to bounce off of the nearest iPhone and then relay that signal over to you. So that means when you're not near this and you're not connected to Bluetooth, assuming that there is iOS devices nearby where it is lost, you're still going to be able to find this thing on a map just like you would anything else in the Find My app. And then when you do get close enough to it, you're going to be able to connect through Bluetooth and then again use that turn-by-turn navigation, which we're showing on screen. And now this technology to relay the signal from one device to another isn't anything new. In fact, Tile had it before as well. But of course, the Tile network doesn't have as many devices to bounce off of, whereas Apple is taking over a significant amount of the population. So that's kind of where they're going to step ahead of the competition, and that's what's going to make AirTag a lot more desirable over Tile Tracker. So assuming you're in a developed area where there is a high saturation of Apple products, you're going to have no problem finding your AirTag no matter where you've lost it. Now taking a step back and looking at what's actually in the box here. As you can see, I got the 4-pack. You can see it says AirTag, and opening it, you actually get the instructions on either side. Opening a little bit further, you see 4 custom engraved AirTags. So taking a look at the AirTag itself, you can see that it is actually very small, actually surprisingly small for all the technology packed into this thing. On the front, it's just this sheen kind of glossy white, and you can have your custom engraving, which is gray. And then on the back, you've got this really shiny Apple logo. And you can actually remove the back of this device, and it has a replaceable battery in it, which is really surprising for Apple, but very welcome. The battery inside is CR2032, which is pretty common. In fact, if you're using a key fob, or even I think the earlier version of the Apple TV remote that also uses CR2032, so chances are you have them somewhere around your house. And it should last you about a year on each battery, so you won't have to change them very often. Now they could have made it rechargeable or wireless charging, but obviously those batteries aren't going to last as long, and then you'd have to replace the whole AirTag, so props to Apple for actually giving us a replaceable battery in this device. And as we do talk about the design, one thing that you're going to notice is that AirTag is very small, but it's just this circle, and there's no real edge to put any sort of loop if you wanted to attach it to your keys or anything that way. In fact, the only thing this is really good for right now is slipping in a bag, slipping in a purse. It's even a little bit too big for a wallet, so you couldn't do that either. And this is all it comes with in the box. So if you did want to attach it to keys or something else where you could hook it on, you're gonna have to buy accessories for your AirTags. And in a lot of cases, they're gonna cost about the same price as the AirTag itself, or in some cases like Hermes, it's gonna be hundreds of dollars more than the AirTag for just the loop that it attaches to. And no, I won't be doing a review on the Hermes loop. So in terms of loops, I actually have 4 accessories here, and if you want to see more of them, stay tuned on the channel because I'll be releasing a video comparing a lot more of these accessories. And if there is one specific that you want to see aside from the Hermes model, leave a comment down below and let me know that, and I'll be sure to get to it. While you're down there, remember to hit the like button because it tells YouTube that videos like this don't suck, and hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this from me. So first, I've got the Apple leather keychain in brown. You can see here. Next, I've got the SpyGen leather keychain, and then I have 2 of the Belkin keychains for my dogs. And again, if you want to see these in more detail or a much more extensive comparison to all of them, remember to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below for what you want to see. So one of the most popular ways that people are going to use AirTag is just simply for their keys. And what you're going to notice almost immediately is that they scratch really easy. I purposely didn't film my B-roll for about 3 days after getting the AirTag so that you could see what it looked like after 3 days. And you can just see them right here, how scratched that actually is. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. And I've only left the house twice. So this is something that you're gonna have to be aware of. It's gonna scratch really, really easy. There isn't any sort of screen protector that I've seen so far, but a case that does actually close and cover the back might be worth investing in if you do wanna keep that looking new, because on day 1, you're probably gonna scratch it. So there's a couple of tweets that I got with people asking about certain scenarios with AirTags and where they might be really useful, and other ones where they might not be as useful. So the first scenario that we've got here is, how does it work if you lose something far away, not in proximity to the turn-by-turn U1 activity? So in this case, if something's not nearby, you just lose the ability for the turn-by-turn navigation, but you'll still be able to see it on a map like you would if you were sharing your location with somebody in the Find My app. You'd still be able to see generally where it is within a couple of feet. And it's going to relay that signal through other people's iPhones. So assuming there are iPhones somewhat nearby the AirTag, you're still going to be able to find it pretty easily. And then when you do get close enough to connect to Bluetooth, then you're going to be able to use the turn-by-turn navigation. So scenario 2 is about security concerns. So what happens if someone uses an AirTag to track you, like slipping it into your bag? And this is probably one of the coolest features because they've actually thought this through in such fine detail. So in the event that somebody slips an AirTag into your backpack or just on you, your phone will realize when there's an AirTag that's not associated with your Apple ID nearby. It's actually going to alert you on your phone to say there's a foreign AirTag nearby, and then it's going to give you instructions on how to disable it to stop that tracking. And the last scenario we've got here is using lost mode. So what happens if you actually do lose your AirTag? How does that work? How does someone return it to you? So if you turn your AirTag into lost mode, it actually turns on NFC, so people are able to tap their phone on the AirTag and it'll reveal your information. Similar to a luggage tag, they'd be able to see the details and then contact you to say they found whatever it is you lost. If you're on an Android phone, assuming you do have NFC, which most of them do, you'd be able to tap it and it would actually open in the browser showing your contact details. And on an iPhone, it's actually kind of a worse experience in my mind where you would open the Find My app and then tap it and you'd see all that information within the Find My app. So just tapping your iPhone on a lost AirTag with it locked won't really display anything. So that's the overview of AirTags. Of course, they are what you make of them, and if you're somebody like me who doesn't lose anything all that often, you're not going to find yourself using these AirTags or AirTag on a regular basis. But unlike most Apple products, they're not actually something that's meant to be used on a regular basis. They're just something to provide peace of mind. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about AirTag. Do you think it's worth the money that they're charging? How do you feel about them charging additional for accessories to hold the AirTag? And how are you going to be engraving your AirTag and making them customized? Leave those comments down below. And while you're down there, remember to hit the like button because it tells YouTube that videos like this don't suck, and hit that subscribe button to see more videos like this from me. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.